Hi everyone, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about team spirit. We're going to do tone on tones and school colors. So we're glad that you joined us. We're going to use our 3-yard quilt patterns, and the designs are primarily from our books. We have 9 different books. We have 2 that are downloaded. Don't I can't say cut and then cut that out. So you just heard me stumble over my words. we have we have 2 books that are downloadable, and we have 7 books that are in print. Every book has 8 patterns. They are shown on the back cover, and every pattern is written for 3 sizes. So if you have someone who is 6'3" in your family and you need to make the quilt just a little bit larger, we give you twin and king queen topper instructions. That takes 3 yards for your lap, it takes 6 yards for your twin, and it takes 4 yards for your king queen.
12.
12. Thank you, John. It takes 4 kits. If you're buying kits, then you need 1 kit for a lap, you need 2 kits for a twin, and you need 4 kits for a king queen. So let's get started now. We're going to go over and look at the quilt that Hannah is holding up. And this is Dash. Now, this is one of the things that got it all started with us thinking about doing school colors. I was in Cincinnati, Ohio, doing a show about 2 years ago, and we had this quilt for some time, and it had always sold fairly well. But up there in Cincinnati, the first day I sold out of these kits, and and it was up on the wall, so I couldn't get it down from the wall. I usually take them down if I sell out of something. And this lady came in and she saw it up on the wall, and she said, "Do you have any more of those?" And I said, "No, for some reason I have sold out today." And I said, "That is very unusual for me to sell out of a quilt the very first day." And she said, "Well, that's because that's our school colors." And I was like, "Oh, is it Ohio? Is it Ohio University?
Ohio State University.
Ohio State University, where their colors are red and gray." So that gave me a little tip off there that if I do the school colors when I go and do a quilt show, they're very popular. But so we're doing this because we aren't having quilt shows right now. So if you've got a student going off to college, if you need a good birthday present for somebody that's a rabid football or basketball fan, or if you're looking for a Christmas present, great ways to make Christmas presents. This one's called Dash. We no longer have the red and gray that we're showing there, but what we're going to do is we're going to show you an alternate kit that we thought would be great. Thank you, Hannah. This is a set of fabrics that we put together that would be a great red and gray. Now, if you have a school that is not Ohio State University and it's red and gray, we'd love to hear what the name of your school is, so write it in your comments. This is the fabric number 1, or your focus fabric, and in this particular case it would be in every place you see the red over here. And then our fabric number 2 is our lightest color between those 2 leftovers, and that would go where the white is here. And then the last fabric, our number 3 fabric, would go where the gray is here. So this would make a great quilt for someone from Ohio State University, but it would also be a great one if you're from a different school that has similar colors. Now, this is your kit number 8020538. It's called Vision, and it's the Dash pattern from the Easy Peasy book. So you can either get the individual pattern, or if you see 3 kits that you like and you buy 3 kits, then you get 1 book free and you skip taking the small patterns. So this one's called Dash pattern. The kit is Vision. All right, the next one that we have for you that we're going to show you right over here. This is the corner play pattern, and again, we don't have this particular fabric, but we wanted to give you an idea of the different quilt patterns so you can see them. Everything we show you today is a lap quilt. They're basically 45 by 60. give or take an inch or two, depending on the way the fabric is utilized. This particular one is corner play. It's been very, very popular for us, and let's put that up on the table. And the next one that we're going to talk about is Texas A&M. Now, Texas A&M, their colors are maroon and white. And we just gave you some, they have a little bit of gray in some of their third color. You know, one of the things about color combinations is I personally think, and I think most color studies will tell you that that colors look best if they're in odd numbers or in threes. So 3 is like a magic number for the number of colors to put together to look really great. So on this one, our primary color is the maroon, and this would be the fabric number 1. And in the quilt, I'm going to pull it over, John. I keep forgetting to do this, but the fabric number 1 is usually where your largest print is. But in this case, we just picked as the dominant color the maroon of the maroon and white. So that would go here. And then your leftovers, your number 2 and your number 3, is your white would go here. And then your dark would go here. So that would look really good in the corner play. And your kit number is 8020540. Corner play. And this one is from the Pretty Darn Quick book. So individual pattern is available, and it's also in the book, Pretty Darn Quick. And I do want to remind you that we do now have end of boat specials on our website. So if you're ever looking for a little bit extra fabric from the kit that you're purchasing, be sure to check out the section called end of boat. And it could be anywhere from a ½ yard up to 35 inches left over in the end of boat specials. This one, we do not have this fabric either, but this one is a good example of a nice size quilt that would really show your colors off nicely. Let's put that one up here. We've got some pieces and parts cut so that we can show you what this one is going to look like. And this is called Porch Rails. And Hannah does an excellent job of picking out the color combinations so that as you're looking at it, you can see, oh, those colors would look good together. This particular one, I have a cheat sheet over here. Oklahoma State University is orange black, and then we put a little gray in there to set them apart. Your number 1 fabric is the orange. Your number 2 fabric is your lightest. And in this case, the orange would go in where your kitties are. That would be this block. And we're just going to go ahead and slide this over here. And we will put the orange in that spot. And then your number 2 fabric is going to be in the lightest section that's remaining. So we're going to put that over here. And then the number 3 fabric is your black. And we cut these and we left the seam allowances on, so we could sew them together at a later time. But this is showing you how this particular one goes together. And let's crop that so you can see. It would be a great school color quilt. All right, so here we have the school colors all put together. Pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so the number 1 fabric was the orange. The number 2 fabric is your white. Your number 3 is your black. Now this one is called Spirit, 8020543, and it's called Spirit Porch Rails from Pretty Darn Quick. And it's a nice size quilt that would be good. Here's your measurements here, 45.5 by 60. You could also use the little handout that we have that's under our free goodies button to get a sheet on how to add a border to your quilt, how much fabric you would need for 1 lap quilt if you wanted to add either a 2.5 inch or a 5-inch border. Excuse me. Okay, the next quilt that we have is it's a snap. This is one of our very, very popular quilt patterns with the cascading blocks, and it's a nice size, and it would look great in your school colors. It would really make them pop. So let's put that one up here, and we'll show you this one. This one is blue and gold, and we found a couple of schools that had those. Notre Dame and the University of California both have blue and gold. And I hope you are giving us hints for your schools and your school colors as well. Love this this gold that is in this one. So this would be your number 1 fabric. Your number 2 and your number 1 would be where you see your prints over here. John, you're going to have to get me trained here. Okay, so this is your number 1 spot for the gold. Then we have a real pale gold that's going to be in your background. And then the third color is the pretty blue that's going to go where you see blue here. So this one it's a snap. It's in the Pretty Darn Quick book, and the kit number is 8020536. Succeed. So that is the colors for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, is that how you say it? Or do
Yes.
you need to put some kind of an accent on it other than Southern? Okay, and the University of California. Okay, this is a pretty...
Wait,
Oh.
I'm making a mistake. There is a last chance.
Oh, there's
I'm
a
moving
last
on.
chance. Oh, okay, let's show the last chance. And we're recommending the Pretty Darn Quick too.
And by the way, Mary Meck just mentioned that West Virginia University is blue and gold.
Oh, cool. Thank you. We want to know these school colors. I will have to say Hannah spent quite a bit of time on the computer looking up school colors for us, but we knew, she said, boy, there's a lot of schools out there. So we appreciate that very much. So West Virginia?
West Virginia.
Cool. Okay, well, this one is these are the colors of the University of Houston, red and white. And on this one, we're also recommending it's a snap. So this would be your fabric number 1, and your fabric number 2 is your white, and your number 3, it's a pretty red. Okay, so this one is 8020545. It's called Fortitude. It's a snap from Pretty Darn Quick. There are only 2 of these remaining, and then there is your pattern. So you do get either 1 free pattern with each kit, or you can skip taking the pattern, and when you buy 3 kits, you get a book free, and you get to choose which book you want.
And North Carolina State is red and white, according to Renee Garner.
Oh.
Thank you, Renee. We appreciate that very much. All right. I like this. Go school colors, go. Okay.
University of Wisconsin is also red and white.
Oh, wow. We didn't find all of these, so
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, so this one, who said that?
Mary Albinger.
Thank you, Mary. We appreciate that. Okay, this one's called Byzantine Door, and I love this particular pattern. It goes together so fast. Now, these are Christmas colors, and we don't have this specific one, but we're going to show you the UT Austin, the University of Texas.
Hook 'em horns.
Okay, now this is a good example too. Let's go ahead and get that up there, and I'll pull this over close by. Okay, so this one, the University of Texas has kind of a burnt orange color, and so this is the number 1 fabric. And in this particular quilt, it would be where the red is, with your white where the lighter color is, and then your dark is going to be where the green is. So fabric 1, fabric 2, and fabric 3. And this is a good example of our end of bolt special. Here we have 35-inch piece of fabric that's on the web under the end of bolt specials. And when you're ordering a kit,
You can put an asterisk and the number of the kit. Now, this is just an example, but this is the way that you can look up whether or not there's a fabric that matches the kit that you're purchasing. Because when we're cutting kits, we always have something left over at the end of the bolt. So we put those in these packages, and we offer those on the website if you want to have a double fold binding or add a little bit more to your quilt kit. This is the number 8020539, and this one is called Confidence. This kit, Byzantine Door, is your pattern. That is from our first book, which is only available downloadable, and that's the Quick and Easy 3-yard quilt kits. Okay, did I tell you that? Oh, yeah, that's you. Of course, at University of Texas. Mm-hmm. All right, this pattern is called Puzzle Me This, and this one is also from my first book, Quick and Easy 3-yard quilts. Nice size and lots of fun to put together. This would be really great to do a school colors out of. Let's put that one up here. The next school that we found is Baylor University. And I was talking to my daughter Fran this morning, and she was telling me, I told her that we were going to do school colors today, and she said that one of her friends in fact, her friend's name is Donna. So she just is sending her daughter off to Baylor, and that she had gone and pulled all of the quilts and everything in the room is all Baylor colors. And their colors are gold and green, right?
Yep.
All right, green and gold, Baylor University. These are the colors that we chose. In fact, I think, well, this is very similar in color there, but the focus fabric has a little green and gold both in the fabric, and this would go in your number 1 position, which is going to be these boxes on your quilt. So all of these boxes would be your gold. The light color gold is going to go in here, and then your third color is your border color, is the dark green. That'll look really cool. This one is 8020542, and it's called Tenacious. Puzzle Me This from Quick and Easy 3-yard quilts, and that's the pattern. It's also available in the book. If you buy 3 kits, you can get the book free and skip taking the pattern, and we will send you a number for you to use for downloading that pattern. Now, if you're interested in finding your own fabric for your school color quilts from your stash, which some of you may have a stash, we have a stash. We have a big stash.
You're standing in your stash.
Yes, I do buy a lot of fabric. But if you want to purchase a book, they're $15.99, and the patterns are $5.99 each. Okay, this quilt is from my newest book called Quick as a Wink, and it has been one of our most popular patterns that we've come out with. I tell you, we have sold a lot of these quilts. And do we have these?
We do have a version of this. We don't have these exact fabrics online. If you look under the top sign, you'll find the number.
Okay, so this kit is available in just a little bit different colors, but they are red, gray, and black, and it's entwined too. The number is 8020426. It's Quick as a Wink book. This pattern is only available in the book, but you could also use that Puzzle Me This that we just showed you. Okay, let's look at the fabrics that we have for this as a different kit. Now, the one that's on the web is, you'll want to check that out if you want to see if you like those colors. And again, this kit is 8020426. It's called Entwined 2. Now, for a completely different kit, let's show you this one. So this one is called Determination, and the number is 8020541 for this kit selection. So your top color is your red, your number 1, And these are Texas Tech and University of Georgia and Harvard. Boy, sometimes I think when I'm tired, my Southern comes out more.
Oh, me too.
So this is your number 1 fabric. And then the 2 remaining, you have your number 2 and your number 3. And you can see very easily how that is in your kit with your 1, your 2, and your 3.
This is the one I would choose because Texas Tech is my alma mater.
Oh, Texas Tech is your alma mater. Wow.
Holy, wasn't this one of the Tyler schools too?
Wait, yeah.
John Tyler.
No, Robert E. Lee.
Robert
E. Lee.
I forget the new name.
Okay, so
now
our high
Legacy
school.
or
Yeah.
So our high school and Hannah's alma mater is the red, gray, and black. So we have 8020541, determination, and she has a lot of determination. Okay, it's from the book, Entwined pattern is from the book Quick as a Wink, and the alternate pattern would be for Puzzle Me This.
And by the way, the green and gold got a lot of excitement from all of the Green Bay Packer fans.
Oh, yes, how did I forget that? Yes, absolutely, Green Bay Packer. Well, I tell you, when I was younger, I watched a lot of football. I guess I got my quota in because I haven't watched it much lately, but I loved to watch football and basketball when I was younger. Okay, so this one, again, don't have the fabric, but we are using it as an example of a good one for school colors. And this one is called Candy Stripe. We're going to put that one up on the table. And this one is for Tennessee Tech and Louisiana State University, and it's gold and purple, the royal colors. Awesome. I really like this one too. Okay, so we've got the dark purple. Okay, now this is a good example of how you can switch your positions. So if you have 3 positions, well, you do have 3 positions in 3-yard quilt pattern. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to put this over here. This is a different pattern, but you get these little coordinating boxes over here. So your fabric 1 is your polka dot, your fabric 2 is the light, and the fabric 3 is the dark. But sometimes I like to switch them around. And in this particular case, I kind of switched the numbers around on the candy stripe. And I wanted this to be the border of the candy stripe, but it was actually done backwards here. I'm gonna redo this, okay? I'm just saying words, and it's not making sense.
And while you're rearranging it, I'll mention that Stephen F. Austin is purple, gold, and white.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. Okay, so here we have our colors, and the number 1 is the gold, and that would go in this position here. Your light color is in the second position, so the center of this would be all gold, and the outside edge would be purple. If you wanted to move your fabrics around, you have enough fabric so you could put these in any combination. So if you wanted to make the center of this be the purple and the gold here, you could put the gold, this one over here, while these 2 would be in the center. That's one of the cool things about 3-yard quilts. You can move your positions around without any problem as long as you cut everything that I say to cut out of each position. So we have 8020544. This one we're calling Cheer, and it's the candy stripe pattern. This pattern is only available as a pattern. It does not come in any of our books. If you wanted to use one of the other patterns from any book, you can, because any 3 yards and any 3-yard pattern work together. All right, the last one is, what is this one called? Skip to My Lou. Skip to My Lou. Skip to My Lou is from one of my books too. Boy, I'm just no one can tell that I'm kind of tired today, can they? What book is this
not
from?
at all. Easy peasy.
Thank you. I could have cheated and looked at the sign that she made for me. Easy peasy. So I really like this particular one. It's just a fun
4-patch that you put together, and it's put together in such a way that you're through with it practically before you began. And the colors in this one are for University of Florida, orange and blue. Oh, yeah.
The Gators.
The Gators, that's right. So we have orange and blue. And so we've done it this way with our focus fabric. Our number 1 fabric is here, and that's in these little spots. Your secondary color looks like they're already celebrating their win. It looks kind of like confetti. That would go in the number 2 spot, and then the dark blue will go in your number 3 spot. So this particular one is called Excel, and it's Skip to Malou 8020537. That's available as a pattern or in the book Easy Peasy. So you get to choose which one you prefer.
And of course, you can't forget the Chicago Bears.
Ooh. No, I can't forget that I was in Chicago one year, a long time ago, whenever they came back to town after winning the Super Bowl. And I got stuck on the wrong side of Chicago because they were having a parade. And I was from Texas, and I was in Chicago, and I had actually bought a wool coat. But I bought it in Texas, and wool coats in Texas they're kind of open weave because we don't really have cold weather. I thought I was going to freeze. But you know what? I didn't freeze, and I got back and go Chicago Bears. Because they did, they are, I shouldn't put them in past tense, right? They are a great team too. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed our program today, talking about school colors. All of our kits are available on our website, fabriccafe.com.